my music and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure.
Oh, what's up?
Weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. It's time for change. Got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out. Execution style. Too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of blessing by
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
What's up?
The oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Make no surrender. It's time for a change. Got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out. Execution style. Too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame. By God, it's overdue. Your time is in the end. Locked out silent without sin. You put me on the planet for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down. With some friends attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger prophet like Farrakhan. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocrite. Cynical and the pitiful sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the black flag and kill this. Don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels. Too late when the cats get bills. Don't believe the GC type. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All ran in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I write. From above, I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' run them off, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender. 3 pound pressure. No weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Need no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful. You want to be like Trump. Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like nobody ever stopped.
Keep coming in. We gotta check something right quick. On the other side of the vehicle.
Watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fixed marks. Once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fixed marks. Once we make knowledge one is when the run and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purified my arc field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, afford to build solid foundation. My crown chakra core and heel, pound the pavement.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? All new subscribers, welcome to the tribe. You have been cordially invited to a clan revival. I want to throw something else out there. I'm about to go in here in about an hour and read. It's a little late, but it's all right. It's not late. I want to point something out to you. Y'all know what mass hysteria is? Do you know what mass hysteria is? What's going on, man? V? Mutual. Oh, the track name? That's Rhyme and Bass Drops, but with ToLU'S. Yeah, he was actually next, but I just wanted to go a little quick. When I set up the read and everything, I'm gonna let it play for about 15, 20 minutes. Then we'll get the read on and stuff. Got some other music that's pretty good. I can't play it in the truck. I don't have Spotify. I have SoundCloud in here and YouTube Music Studio, which keeps getting hijacked by some goofy cartel or Mexican, well, Arab, whatever they. Some of them ain't who they say they are. Let's put it like that, without going into deep, you know. I just want to throw this out. Well, mass hysteria is part of it. You saw a cat. You saw Shay with his pocketbook looking like him, she. The big thing that's going around. I don't really care. If you know as many NFL players as I've known who have played in the league or sign-ons because of their, 11th or 9th, what you call it, have confessed to, it being rigged in the latter of 20 years. And there's a lot of homosexuality between these so-called giants, men. Not all of them are. We know Spud Webb at 5'6" could slam dunk. Well, that's right. At 5'6", he could get up there and trick, won some competitions. The music industry and everything. How do you think all of that was hijacked, though we created it? If you have a righteous people who are set apart and you really want to get to creation. Now, you know what I said earlier, but this is another thing to look at. And it wants to destroy, or it wants to get back at that which is creation. And in sublime ignorance, it doesn't matter who's watching. Wouldn't it strike out against the supreme existence of who you are? It doesn't mean that you had no part in creation. It means that you have been subjugated, so therefore your creative fluids are suppressed to a degree. Yet, when we hear about all these Satanistic rituals and everything, as I stated before, strong delusion is what it is. If you had a bad guy, and you know he was bad, what you do? You would hold court and let the peers subjugate that individual to a punishment, necessitating the evil. That's why I say courts and all those idiots are kangaroo, and they're pretty stupid if they only knew what the end result was. Discrepancies and discriminatory practices. You wouldn't have ex-Delta or certain selected special force operators, and some of them getting dead because they get a conscience, who are given a leeway as if it's an okay to abhorrently run and create fights and murders. As you heard, Ukraine had Delta Force operators over there. Now, were they active or were they mercenaries? Well, as you know, with Desert Storm, there were many who were supported by the government and their own, like, black, whatever, black rock or whatever the names were. There's a few of them. And they want to land, they wanted to be on murdering, giving fake individuals. Remember, there was a movie out where these individuals could curve bullets, and Samuel Jackson, was it Samuel Jackson? He was, or was it Morgan Freeman? One of them was the person who was able to go down where the stitch machine would write a code, and that would be the target. And these people could go out and they were superb assassins. The reality where they were killing the good people and cleaning up like a hush fund with the silence those who could change it. He had become sadistic and had to be taken out. Ergo, the situation that you see now that is going on, as far as something to paint a picture or give you a narrative. People have been murdered and subjugated to a deck of cards, and these people were only protecting their livelihood. Yet you were told and made to believe that these individuals were the bad guys. Well, that's like the Libyan president, Muammar Gaddafi. He literally wasn't the bad guy, but who went in there disrupted to bring down him as a president? We have that now. I was looking out my window. I've got a camera, and I was watching this idiot city vehicle pull up. You can't make this up. But this is how out in the open, because they believe like everything is set in stone. That means they are held to capitulate in strong delusion. That means something is forcibly, unbeknownst to it or them, is holding them there to continue their heinous acts. Like the CIA, which each individual went out there with a plan to bring crack, meth, and everything on erzations into neighborhoods. Those individuals, the ones still here, are the ones who betrayed you, believed in whatever they were told. Ergo, you know, there wouldn't be whistleblowers if that wasn't the case. So the music industry and everything else is subjugating people to put energy somewhere to feed a god that is not a god. There is no existence of that said gods or gods. I'm not saying they don't exist. What I am saying, the platonic relationship you have based on a religious dichotomy of things makes most people dismiss creation of creation or the creator, male or female or not. We have put ourselves into a bag, a little brown bag that is wet, and we cannot bust our way out because we believe we're in that bag. And someone's telling us that it's wet through religion and that we can find a way out. Why would you have to find a way out of something that you're in? That you have a choice when you make the decision. There is nothing you have to swing at. Now, is there a fight that needs to be had? Well, of course. But do we call it a fight? What is the relationship of the term fight? Well, we've acquiesced that because of Charles Johnson and Tyson and Maximilian, the plethora of boxers and the fake narrative of Spartans and the immortals and everything else. That it grafted upon us to mean fight. When a fight is, you speak who you are and what you are. If you are stressed about what they're spraying and what they're doing, that's relative to what's going on. I mean, I heard about a whale beaching itself in Washington, VA, in Virginia. Like, what the? It's stress. It's pondering. It's a thought. It gives energy to something based on the actions of those in strong delusion. Does it mean that you have to be a derivative of that strong delusion? I really would like to know some of your takes on this. Somebody said to me, man, you're starting to really talk about some prophetic stuff. It's only prophetic because you believe it's prophetic. Stop believing it's something that it's not and look at it for what it is. You should be able to see these things as well. When they were going around, these grown adults spraying that shit in children's noses and all these kids' growths being stunted and dying, I don't know. I'm only pointing out NIH and WHO and CDC and all the information they're revealing. This is not medical misinformation. I don't give a damn about all that. What I'm saying, people choose not to see things, and when they do, they run amok with it as if they're right there. We give it energy. We feed into it with zero comfortability. We allude to the realization of something that is practically happening in front of us, yet we do nothing. I never said do nothing. I only said see it by way of the puzzle pieces, put it together, look within yourself. Do not partake in the turmoil. Know that many are going to not suffer, but have no role to play, however you want to see that. But those of you who have an inkling, most people sit there and say an inkling. Most people sit there and say, so-and-so just said that. Oh, there, God, Jesus, protect him. He needs protection. She needs protection. Why is it that you're not protecting them? Why is it that you relegate yourself to something that has nothing to do with anything? Yet you throw energy in places that dismiss and are displacing, like water displacement, ballast in a submarine, in order for it to submerge or to increase pressure and take on, depending on the ballast, for pitch and roll based on its fins, to raise itself. There are so many things. There are so many things, right? But we always say, it's too much, I'm stressing. How can one stress with all the information that's out there when it's there? It is meant to be seen, because we don't give each other comfort. And I ain't talking about spooning and shit. I am talking about comfort. We believe we have no words. Whenever I do a podcast, it's always the same people that come on, and then ones that don't pay attention, or they do, and they don't really want to open up. Lately, people have been opening up, and so there's a focus because they are applying themselves. They are rationalizing with reason. Satan to these people exists. They partake in many things because that energy can be made physical. And some would say, well, then religion can be used the right way. Well, not when you don't study and you have been subjugated to somebody's preference. Pastors have a preference. They are always asking for tithings, and there's nothing Levitical about them. They are not Levitical. They are not, and if there are Levites, that means that they would know better. And if they are well read and not part of a 5031C or 3051C or however you want to spew it, they would acclimate as such. I am not here to dirty the hands and the mouths and the feet of those who dirty them themselves. I don't have to give it energy. You see it for what it is, and you address it how it should be addressed. Now, I don't knock religion. I knock the substance of how it's delivered and the story that is told that has been manipulated 100-fold. I've always said to take our lifestyles and play a game with it in a backwards, reverse, upside down, inverted way. Isn't the movie with the cross, the crucifix, Exorcist, inverted cross, things that really have no practical meaning in religion mean something else. When your focus is given to empty things, that energy has to go somewhere, so there's something in there that is secretive. That's like you crying out to Jesus. I gave you a subject to look into, and nobody studied Quasimodo, the witch called of Notre Dame, ringing the bell. Why was he always ringing the bell, but he looked crazy with a hunch in his back? I gave you a description of somebody that actually existed in so-called South America. He visited all Earth, and they wanted to get rid of him, and he was fine with that. Do you not believe that there's power greater than that which exists, that you are caught up in its turbulence? For those who believe it is a power an energy, a force. There is always something dark, and in that darkness, there's always something that is light. And I don't mean floating away, which alludes to light, beyond some form of brightness. I say Hawa, because breath is light. I say Shana, because it is heavy. 808 creates confusion and wanting to strike out and fight. Boom, 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 boom. Misdirected, reverting over and over, reverberating will contort and control anything in its manner if there is no other frequency to curtail the curve in. Everything is based on frequencies and energy, if those are the words we're going to use for it. These people have been subjugated to an energy that is based on a perverse, the Sith Lords, Darth Vader, the metachlorines, the ether, metachlorines, the things that are around you, nature, grounding, mineralized water. Why? Water has to be poisoned. Why? You have to buy their fruit and food. Because you have lost your way. You have forgotten. Some because you weren't nurtured in gardening and anything else to alleviate the pains of which they've created. And yet, because people move amongst you, those of you in pain do not know how to cry out because you fear you will not be heard, or a fact, your tears and your crying out will only exude more pain because you choose not to control it. For those who believe it is about control, that is another one of their perversions, to remove you from the normality and steep you in the abnormality of something has to be controlled. Everything today is about turning a knob, control the TV, playing a game, using remote control, the narrative painted in school to control the mindset, to put them in a direction to refocus. When will y'all separate yourselves from all of that? Because they have made their Satan. They have become legion. And yet y'all march to the tune of their drums. There is no one no smarter than one another. There is no one no greater than each other. There is no one no less than the less of any. Okay? None.
Sacred ground, freedom I stand.
None. I got me a chow in, y'all. Excuse me. I just don't have no thick ass major sandwich with a whole lot of homemade mayonnaise. No, I was kidding. I was serious, but you know. Ben and Jerry. So I called Ben and Jerry. I says, you know, I have a picture of me looking at ingredients 20 years ago of Ben and Jerry ice cream. And on that ingredient, there was no soy. So you say it's about texture and that it's non-GMO. I says, why is it so prevalent for you, the fake Jew, or those of you who represent them, to lie so easily as if it's a mystery because you conspired against the natural people? But ma'am, I don't know what your question is directed. This is what the liberal mindset is. Having a job, attempting to be careful, and it's not about life or you or respect to it. It is a disembarkment, a rationalization to make reasoning of the utmost to continue in a job based on conditioning or procedures. That's like the military. Why would anybody go to fight for something they should know there is nothing right about it? Excuse me. I'm only asking and proposing these things because when you speak of these Lucifers and Satans and whatever, you create them. They create them, and they don't know which one is which. Other than their so-called Moloch and energy as source, there are things out here. I'm not giving energy to make something that exists. I am saying maybe that something is you. What I said earlier, hypothetically, can only apply if you can remember the past. Your ancestors, whenever I hear somebody, I'm calling upon the ancestors, shut up. They gave you everything you need. You've just been cut off from it. Ergo, heavy metals, however applied, or frequency, energy, manipulation, whatever. I find this very important. I hope you do too, because they've made their Lord and Savior. You need to come together and be one. And I ain't talking about some God. Nor am I dismissing the realization of something greater than all of this. I am just not going to give labels to things that people don't remember, but only can pull from the source of information that has been made available by the very enemies that most of you struggle to fight against, not realizing you have played a major role as the enemy yourself by giving these things energy, being dismissive, acclamation, or in weakness, selecting to be a derivative or a part of. Hey, what's up, DJ? Herbo, T. Hines, I got you. My apologies. I'm going through some stuff here I had to correct. Marcus Williams, what's going on, beloveds? Illusions, what's going on? Max V, yeah, I was going to rock you at the end here. I just wanted to address this. I just wanted to throw it out, and they were stalling me for quite some time. Tariq Peters, just going to hope you all still up in here. My apology. Only messing with it. Love and I love and respect always. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Magnificent, magnificent. I just, most people do it again in ignorance. And remember, I was ignorant for long. I think do what they do. It's meant for them to sack upon things in ignorance. If they actually knew, they would stay far, far away. They don't want them to know. I have many things I would like to share. Many things I will not. This is no great competition or the big I or you. You are grander than that. You must give those things energy without walking with an ego. You must give those things without demonetizing your truth. You must seek more to be reminiscent and then to be plural with the great I am. This is not a sport. This is not tin and filled gold. That's not what this is about. I hope you share this. I'm going to get myself situated, get inside, I have to use the bathroom, and we'll sit down in all these bad frequencies they choose to keep absurdity while they're spraying their behinds off, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. They are going crazy. I guess the next storm and snow and floods and half a mile high surge, ocean surges is the next thing, right? Anyway, there is no in of me because there is no I. Exactly. There is no we nor us. There is existence. Maybe someone's starting to realize that sentient doesn't make things deplorable, but allows people not to raise up, but to arise to the occasion. Anyhow, let me go in here and get set up and situated. Hey, don't work too hard there, buddy. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. He does what I used to do. HVAC, you know. I believe it. That's the one that's having a problem with the water heater, right?
old used ones and then wonders why they won't run.
Well, they should put a new one in.
I know.
They're making enough fiat. Anywho, yeah, I used to do that. Work on the little heating machines outside the homes, and it's a vice, it's a weapon, but it is what it is. Anyway, let me get in here. I am that I am means more than I or am. It means to exist, but not to just exist. It means existence. It means something before time itself. Now some of you might start being reminded of what I was stating earlier, the possibilities in a hypothetical frame of thought. All right, let me get this book. I'll share more about it in there. Let me get this stuff and my water and me in there. I'll set up. In about an hour, we'll go live and we'll read. And if y'all want to discuss some things, cool. Podcast set up. I'm just waiting for Rondo and them, because that's how we're going to do it. All right. Appreciate you guys. Number little respect. Paul Cook had a good one. Check out Paul Cook. If y'all didn't see the one from the other yesterday from Rondo, check out Rondo. He's got 87. Man, he should have like 1,000 himself. West Side's posting again. Check him out. All right. Navy Poet, I believe, is still reading. You have others who have pages as well. Okay. And I have some other music I'm going to play, and that's from 7 grams. It's on Spotify. I have to do it a little different. I'm not paying for premium. So that way I create a label. I'm just going to play it from where I received it, because even though I made a list, it will not play as it should. And donations are still there for those who want to help with the rest of the books, regardless of whether I pick more or not. I'm pretty good at picking books. I have about 12 more PDFs downloaded. Oh, the space. Oh, the horror. I'll see y'all here in about an hour.